I guess it's evening. I'm half an hour late. Not happy about it. I had some technical difficulties, which is why I'm half an hour late. Repeating myself because Facebook's running and YouTube is just a little bit behind. I had to switch computers because my YouTube computer decided it didn't really want to be a YouTube computer today.
Yes, it does.
So that's fine. It's just running a little slow, so it wouldn't load at all. And I was like, okay, cool, that's fine. I'll pull out another computer. Yeah. So today we're going to talk about self-care. I have been extremely insistent on self-care this week. So my new job is very cool, but my boss requires me to work only 9 to 5, which is really hard because he runs a 4-hour business. And I have 3 people watching me already, and nobody said hi. It's a pet peeve of mine, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks, Devin. I also have my living room full of people, so this will be interesting. You'll hear a light ukulele in the background. Hopefully he's not playing a song that'll get me stressed.
I'm literally playing random chords.
Okay.
I love that chord progression so much.
Why?
I don't know. It just sounds nice.
That's not what I was talking about.
I want to put a song to it, but I don't know what song.
Okay. My internet seems to be having trouble, but only on my laptop, only on my YouTube. So, again, I need to find something not YouTube to run or stream. I will figure that out. So, today we're going to talk about self-care. So, I got a new job, and my new job is awesome. And I work Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. And my boss is very insistent that I work only 9 to 5, even though he runs a 24-hour business. And I'm his office manager, so I spend a lot of time. Going, that's fine. I'll not work today, even though I didn't get everything done Monday through Friday. And then he calls me on Saturday and goes, I know you're not working, but here, do this. Which was, okay, that's cool. I can make that happen. And I'm just blocking your view for a minute while I adjust camera views. Good. Okay. So now this first week, hi Maya. This first week has been kind of stressful in my new job. I'm fixing things that were left behind that weren't really what I have to do. And then I just finished my background and all the art on my wall, and it is extremely artistic. So, my stupid computer is like, my camera's backwards, but not on YouTube, so that's weird. So we're going to talk about self-care, because when I get off work, I'm really stressed out, and it's a stressful world we live in, and the world is crazy right now, filled with crazy. So I'm going to talk briefly about the differences between physical self-care, mental self-care, and emotional and spiritual, because these are very different realms of the human world, and and whether or not there's connectivity for you versus a connectivity for your friends. So for me, my physical well-being is directly connected to my spiritual well-being, connected to my emotional well-being, etc., etc. So I really need to be on top of self-care. I have a whole lot of fidget things. This is a face mask. This is eye ointment. It's supposed to get rid of the bags under my eyes, which is working. Can you tell? My eyes just aren't as dark as they normally are. Super cool. And then I got some other things that were gifted to me in a basket. I have not tried yet, but they are examples of self-care. This is a bamboo mask. It's supposed to hydrate the skin and be very cool. I put on some makeup because I ran out of my unique stuff. So I put on some makeup that was from a different brand, and I broke out horribly, like all over my face. So I'm sorry. And I didn't put on makeup today, and I was like, I don't want to do it. But I have a lot of hydrating nighttime creams and oils, and here, take care of your face, take care of your body. I have a foot soak. I have bath bombs. I have bath salts. This is a lash serum. I have a body oil. I have a ton of stuff. But it's all made for one thing. It's all made to relax. The point of self-care is to bring yourself out of the tension and the stress that you go through in your normal everyday life and just let it go. So how do you do that? Spiritually, you do a lot of meditation, prayer, reading scripture, or singing hymns, or anything that uplifts the spirit. These are all Christian. Most of those are Christian ideals. That does not mean you cannot do them if you're pagan. I have a YouTube playlist that I can pull up for you if you would like. That is, I think I'll put them in the comments here so you guys can find them. That is pagan hymns. Let me see if I can find it really quick while we're talking. I'm hoping someone eventually joins me and talks to me. That would be great. But yeah. So part of my self-care is music. Very, very much music. I spend a lot of time with my headphones on after work. I spend probably half an hour every day after work putting on my headphones, going through a playlist, and just sinking into the music. Just letting the music carry it away. And then I'm like, okay, now I'm ready to be at home and not at work. Which is hard because I work from home. I think I used to do it. Wow, I can't find it. I used to do it on like the drive home and the drive to work, the drive from work. I had this time frame that was separation from home and work, and I don't have that right now because I don't go anywhere to work, so I don't have that set up. There it is. View playlist. Do you have the ability to share a playlist? I know there's a way to share a playlist. I'm just looking for it. I'm sorry. Bow. Oh no, one or more of these videos have been deleted. That's not good. Oh, that's fine. I don't have them on there anymore anyway. So if somebody knows how to actually share a YouTube playlist, will you let me know? It's public and it's on my list. So, I'll just do it that way then, won't I? I'm a dork. I'm sorry.
If you want to share the playlist, copy and paste the
Yeah, I just figured that out.
copy and paste in the chat.
Yeah, no, that's literally what I just figured I would do. Thank you. See how much more clever William is than I am? He caught that like 5 seconds after I did. So this is my playlist. It is, I call it Pagan Gospel. It's a lot of music by a woman named Kate West. And some Rumors of the Big Wave. This really awesome YouTube channel called Keep Music Pagan. But I will sink away into this music until I'm not fixating anymore on what happened at work or didn't happen at work or was supposed to happen at work. And then once that's all gone, then I can go back to my everyday life. So that's my theory with spirituality. There's also meditation. There is my problem with the spirituality is that for me, a lot of my spiritual self-care is mental self-care, is emotional self-care. It all kind of blends into one thing. I don't know who's watching, but hi, love to see you. So for me, if I'm feeling like I need the spiritual self-care, I will pull out my tarot cards and I will just play with them. I don't necessarily need to do a reading. I will just literally shuffle them and then reorder them and then shuffle them and reorder them. It brings a cleansing to myself. the act of putting your cards back in order. So I shuffle them, I mix them up, and then I put them back in order. It literally takes my stress and just puts it away, you know. Or I will light candles, light incense, and meditate, usually into the flame. I will write, I will whatever. Working on ceremonies is really a spiritual self-care for me as well. So that's what I will do. And then if I am really bad, there will be prayer to my deities. But then a lot of this is also my emotional self-care. So there's music for my emotional self-care.
Why?
There is video games for my emotional self-care. If I am angry, if I've had a bad day at work, and this happened earlier this week, I couldn't make things happen the way at work I wanted them. Hey, hi Gail. Super excited to see you. I couldn't make things happen the way I wanted them to be at work, and I got really mad. So as soon as work was over, I played a very violent video game, and until I felt better killing shit.
Yeah. Fortnite.
Not Fortnite, League of Legends. And then because I play League of Legends, and I'm sorry, not really. So yeah, I did that, and then I felt better. I let the video game kind of take that anger and stuff. And normally, you know, I play these video games, and it's a toxic community. It really is. Any of these games where you play online and your goal is to kill the other opponent is very toxic, and people yell and scream at you the whole time. And I'm like, dude, you're playing a game. If this is making you money, I'm sorry, you shouldn't be playing with me. And it's a game. Cope, deal, calm down. So that's my self-care for my emotions. I play video games. I play music while I'm playing video games. It is a according to my therapist, a healthy form of disassociation.
You get to make your own characters.
It is letting me block out everything from the world until I can set my brain right. And then I can look back at the world and go, okay, how do I handle it? The important thing about self-care is that you do, so once you're set, you do go back to the world and go, how do I handle it? I'm an escapist. I've never been technically suicidal. The school told my dad when I was younger that I was suicidal, and my dad was like, you stop playing games at the school, and I threatened to hurt myself. And I have hurt myself. But it wasn't to like end my life. It was to hurt. And that was different. I'm a cutter. Which evidently I've passed on to my children, and I feel very bad for that.
What?
So this was a conversation we'll have after my live stream, boys. Thank you. Evidently I started a riot in my house. But I've always been an escapist. I have always gone, this is too stressful for me. I'm going to go somewhere else. And my escapism is not I shouldn't be here, but I've said that to counselors and whatever. I don't want to be here anymore. And they always take that to the same place. They always go, don't kill yourself. I go, I mean the beach. I'm going to gypsy this, you know, just wander away. So wrapping up in music and video games, Sims and League of Legends even, playing with online friends who are not in this state, you know, are a way to not have to deal with my life. And according to my therapist, as long as I come back to my life and actually deal with it like an adult, it's healthy. Is that kittens?
No, that's outside.
Okay.
That's the kids outside.
Thank you. We have a small girl who plays outside who likes to make high-pitched screaming sounds. It sometimes sounds like my kittens attacking each other. And I try really hard not to let them hurt each other. Anyway, So now I have 3 people on Facebook, and only one of them has said hi to me. So if you could say hi, I'd love to have the discussion. You know, tell me what your spiritual self-care is. We've covered spiritual, and I'm working on emotional right now. So tell me. There's a link in the comments that is my pagan gospel. I do not have a playlist for my Christian gospel anymore. But I do listen. I need to be very clear here. I am as pagan as they come. But I do have a list of Christian hymns. I have hymn books all over my pagan shelves. I love hymns. I love the old-time Christian 1920s radio music. I love them. In the Sweet By and By is one of my favorite.
That's just for him or for every character?
So when I do decide that I'm going to go lock myself away, I start with my pagan gospel, and that usually sets my heart right. And then I set into the Christian gospel, and that weirdly sets my brain right. And then if that doesn't work, then I move into 1960s, 70s, like Sweet Home Alabama, Creedence Clearwater Revival, which I call my road music, or my backwoods gospel. So, and that usually does it. That will get me going. So that lightens the heart and it lightens the soul. So what about my mind? What about physicality? So usually once I'm not feeling sick in my soul and in my heart, usually the mind kind of follows, but not always. This last week's been really struggling for me. Outside of work. Let me be very clear. I'm hoping some of the people I work with are actually watching this, or very close to my work people are watching this. Let me be very clear. It's not all about work. And look how dark this arm is. Oh my gosh. Okay.
You're tanning.
I am, but this is my driver's arm.
Right.
So this hangs out the window, and this side doesn't. I need to find somebody else who's going to drive for me.
Right.
Okay, so I have to be down at Denny's at 9 a.m. Monday morning.
Monday morning?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you can't hang out with me, so figure that out.
I'll ride the bus. I was going to
It's Lloyd Center.
Lloyd Center?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go to Town Center anyways.
Anyway, we'll discuss that later.
Okay.
Oh
my God.
I have a lot of friends who are sick.
Snow in fucking August.
I have a lot of friends who are making what I feel is not the best choices in their life right now. And I am going, yeah, do that. That sounds awesome. That's cool. Maya says my self-care tends to be lighting good smelling candles burn. Oh, letting good smelling candles burn, or playing games like Sudoku, Solitaire, and The Sims. Petting cats if I can find them. Hugging any of my humans work too. Yeah. I have my human here. He's usually within hand reach. He's very good at letting me just pet him randomly. I love you. He's letting me scratch his head. And I have 4 kittens in this house, so there's always the ability to grab one, and that is a physical thing for me. I am very tactile. I need to be touched, hence the nails. You will find I sit and do this while I'm talking, or I will. That's my favorite sound on the planet. Or, which usually calls the cats, because they try to pull my nails off. It's a fact. But yeah, I don't know what's happening on my Facebook thing because it doesn't scroll down like it's supposed to. I'm sorry if I missed you. Steven, you have League. Oh my gosh, I will add you. That is a thing. We will play League together. That'll be great. I'm really bad. So yeah, So mental stuff. I've really got, like, the back of my brain has this
You
running.
got specific mode.
This is happening in your world. This is happening in your world. This is happening in your world. And I try to do, usually my mental go-to is I'm going to hit Facebook and find out what everybody else is doing and how their lives are and talk to my friends. Because I am super extroverted. And I can't do that right now because all of my friends are super active in movements that I cannot do. Not that I don't want to, not that I don't support them. I'm just not, I just don't have the mental capacity to do it. Hi, Vonna. I'm going to do a really quick recap for you, Vonna. So my spiritual self-care involves music and hymns, both pagan and Christian. And it involves prayer and playing with my tarot cards. I like to, if I'm really stressed out and I feel like something's weighing on me spiritually, it's kind of a meditation for me, actually. I will take my tarot cards out and I'll mix them all up. And then I'll shuffle them and shuffle them and shuffle them. And then I'll clear them, which means I put them back in order. I usually do it without doing a reading, which drives people crazy. Because the minute I pull out my tarot, everybody goes, oh my God, I want a reading. And then I will literally just mix up all the decks, even if I only use one that day. Because putting them back in order literally just clears the energy from me, from the cards, from whatever. And that's really cool. If I know I'm going into a stressful situation, I will wear my armor, which is all my rings, all my jewelry, crystals, the whole bit. And then for mental self-care, it's music. Music and video games. Emotional self-care is music and a different set of video games, or writing, or TV. There's some TV that is just emotional self-care. And that seems silly, but weirdly, I watch MASH. That's Dad's fault. So there's that. And then my mental self-care, I used to do Facebook and my social media, and I'm not able to do that as much anymore. But I am still super extroverted, so I need to find something. Right now it's games. I don't mean video games. I mean role-playing tabletop games. I'm writing for them. Like I sit down and plot 2-3 chapters in advance. Not that I can play the ones that I'm plotting for right now, but that's okay. I'm actually not currently. I'm currently running one, but I haven't ran it in like a month or 3. But I'm hoping to do Saturday. So this coming Saturday, and that'll be super exciting. Because I've got really great things planned for that one. And then I'm kind of working on a plot for a different one that I'm not sure is going to work out, but I want it to. And then I've got my physical self-care. So physical self-care is difficult. It is the hardest of self-cares, especially in this climate. Especially if you're, oh, that's a monitor. Especially if you're super extroverted. So petting my cats, being tactile, being creative, super important for my physical self-care. My other physical self-care is actually forcing myself into the shower, doing my laundry, cleaning my house, forcing myself to eat correctly.
Eating a popsicle is not eating correctly.
Devin.
Jackie.
So when I say eating correctly, I have a wonderful thing in my community called Birch, and I talk about Birch a lot, and I'm not at all sponsored.
Yes.
No, I wouldn't be sponsored by Birch. They're a nonprofit. But I really love them, and I suggest that if you are not able to get food stamps because you're over income, you look birch.org, I believe it is. And it is for families who are not able to have food stamps because they're over income or for whatever reason. But they charge $85 a month, and I have not had to go to a grocery store for actual needed food in probably 6 months. I go to grocery stores for silly things like
Animal
crackers. I go because I have a craving for very specific banana walnut muffins. But I don't go for bread and milk and eggs, because I have those. However, I crave chocolate. It's my downfall. I want
Go shop and buy the names. So next time I come here, I can make them bread.
I want
Oh, you're slow.
I want to be healthy and I want to eat healthy, but I buy microwave crap, and that's terrible, and it's not good self-care. So at the time, I am forcing myself, even though I'm working from home, to not sit on my couch 24/7 and veg at my job, which is sitting in front of a laptop, is doing this, and then just sit here and play video games afterwards. I'm forcing myself to get up and do something. It may not be a lot. It may be getting up and doing a couple loads of laundry, but it's up and doing something. It's my self-care. It is not sitting here and letting my body rot or atrophy. And then I am forcing myself to eat actual food, not fast food. The other day it was too hot to eat, so instead of going to McDonald's or Subway, we had meats and cheese.
I want Subway so badly.
Like, what did I say?
Eat.
It was too hot to cook, not eat. Because you have to eat. I don't care how hot it is. Unless you're in Baghdad and it's 125. That was terrible. So we had summer sausage and cheese and crackers, and it was magnificent. And Jay brought, I know what I'm having for dinner. So yeah, that is my self-care. I have kittens. I have my people. I have occasionally my kids over when I get them. Not very often. And I have my work, which I do from home over the phone. So much at home all the time. I hate my walls. That's why I did all this decoration, so that I had something besides white walls to look at. Like, I found every piece of art I could find that wasn't my own and hung it all up. We'll argue about that later. Thank you.
My shoulder on face break.
And yeah, this was all self-care. Cleaning my house and rearranging my house was self-care, because the gypsy in me went, I need something new. So we rearranged my house. Yeah. What about you guys? What do you do? What's your favorite self-care item? What's your favorite self-care action, I should say? I will also be calling my therapist, because I haven't talked to him in like 3 weeks, and I need to talk to my therapist. Anybody? Somebody talk to me. I like it when people talk to me.
There's not this podcast. There's this music live stream I listen to.
Yeah.
Where it's literally just a bunch of like lo-fi music.
Yeah.
It's just like I just vibe to it. I'll sit there and clean my room, or I'll play video games, and it like keeps me calm during those video games. Unlike now.
My favorite music to listen to when I'm doing anything, working, cleaning, whatever, is the Octopath soundtrack.
The Octopath Traveler soundtrack?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Octopath Traveler soundtrack.
Not sponsored.
It is.
Gail's been trapped in her house for 2 weeks. Gail, I've been trapped in my house since February. I go out like twice a week if I'm super lucky, and I do everything on those 2 days. And otherwise, I'm stuck at home. So there's a lot of Portlanders who go, I can go outside, it's fine. I don't need a mask. I'm not one of those people. I know people who are sick, and I don't mean with COVID. I mean permanent illnesses, and I cannot risk exposing them, so I don't go to their houses. I don't go anywhere. I don't catch anything. I myself have a compromised immune system. I cannot risk it, so I don't leave my house. Ivana says using her exercise bike and experimental cooking. Now, I will say I've gone back into the workforce, so I have left my house. I worked for a week outside of my house. And that was okay because it was pretty enclosed and I really didn't deal with anybody else except residents. And then I was masked and 6 feet away. Unless it was Amethyst, and that's a whole other situation. And then I had 2 days of training at David's house where everyone was masked and that house was cleaner than anything I've ever seen in my whole life. It was so scary. Like, that was weird. The dangerous thing you did today, you hugged people. Oh, who did you hug? I want to know. But yeah, I miss hugs. I mean, I get a lot of hugs here. I really do. Yeah, I get a lot of hugs here. But I'm a huggy person and I miss like hanging out with people and hugging them. And that's not something I get. I get hugs from my husband and that's different. And I get hugs from the children who are currently staying with me from quarantine, and that's not the same thing either. Yeah. Where was I? What was I going to talk about? There was a thing I was going to talk. Oh, the stressful thing. The reason I am talking about. Oh, you got a hug from Daryl. That's so happy. And Leah. Oh yeah, because she lives right there. Was she at Daryl's? And now I'm having private conversations with people in my chat, and nobody else knows what I'm talking about. But that's okay, because if you want to know who Daryl is, you need to tell me, and I will send you the link.
I got a thing. I don't know.
Shop local. He's on 174th and Powell, and it's called the Oriental Food Value Mart. You should go. I've been there twice in my weekly shopping, and I still haven't seen Daryl.
It's the master blade.
Makes me mad. Oh, yay. Yeah, she lives right behind it, right behind the store there in those apartments. Although I don't know where because I haven't been there. I just know she tells me that over chat. And I've seen Ivy over chat. I miss Ivy. So sad. So today we did a very sad thing, and part of my weekly stress and why we're talking about self-care today. We moved Paco and his things to his grandma's house today. It was very hard for me, and I'm going to get super emotional right now. Nice. Vonna said she made an appointment with Daryl. I should make an appointment with Daryl. I should go to church. Which nobody else will get that joke either, but Vonna knows what I'm talking about. I know his birthday's in a few days, and I don't have anything, but maybe I'll go out there tomorrow. I have to go conduct interviews as part of my job tomorrow. In this last 2 weeks, I've had to leave my house more and more, and it's freaking me out. So, not that okay, so I work from home, but my crew that I schedule for, because I'm an office assistant, is about 6 people short. So I need 6 people, and I can't do interviews in my house. I can't. So I'm meeting them out in the big wide world, and that's very scary. Which means I'm scheduling them all in one day. I scheduled 4 for Friday. And I just sat in one spot for all day, masked, with hand sanitizer, and I kept sanitizing the table, and the waitress looked at me like I was crazy, but that's okay. And tomorrow my HR manager just told me she couldn't make it, so I'm doing them tomorrow by myself. Yeah. So today we took Paco back to his grandma's, and we all came to the decision as a household that things were just not working out, and mostly it's because Paco never left this house, like from probably December. He was just here all the time because he was homeschooled, and then because he was being clean and sober, he didn't want to hang out with his other friends who weren't, and the people he was hanging out with didn't have cars, weren't able to do stuff. So he managed to get some of his grades up for school, but he still didn't pass a couple of them that I really was very angry about him not passing, because all he needed to do was turn in the right assignments, and he just refused to redo them. And I was like, fine, you brought up half your grades. And 2 of them were like 3 points from passing. And I'm like, okay, I see the effort. So we're going to give you this summer to prove to us you're still making the effort. And then he was sleeping until 2 or 3 in the afternoon. He was staying up all night. He was loudly screaming obscenities at his Fortnite until 3 in the morning. He was not doing any chores unless we came to a screaming fight about it. I couldn't do it. I'm like, I can't. I'm not doing this for another year. I don't have it in me. I just cannot sit here and hold your hand going, this is how the garbage is taken out. You're 14. You know how garbage comes out. You know what you're supposed to be doing. If I've said for a full year, this is how the garbage is taken out, and it goes out every day, and you're still going, I don't understand why it has to go out every day, and I don't know how to do it, I'm not doing this. So finally it came to, you have until August 1st because your mom needs time to get you back in school if you're going to go back home. And he just wasn't changing. In fact, it was just getting worse. And so he and I got into this big, huge blow-up fight at 11 o'clock at night, where I was like, you know what, just pack your shit and get out. And he was like, fine. And I was like, okay, we're actually going to talk this out. And I was like, I can't do this, Paco. I said, I think it's the best idea is for you to spend your freshman year at David Douglas. And if you're able to bring your grades up and prove to me that you're going to try in school, if you're doing what you're supposed to be doing at whatever house you're staying at, if whatever, then we'll talk about whether or not we'll try it again. Freshman year or sophomore year. But I'm not even willing to have a conversation until next August. And he said, yeah, no, I agree. He thinks that the problem with his attitude was that he was stuck at home all the time. And I'm like, that's not an excuse. Everybody's stuck at home all the time. We're not all assholes to each other. So we agreed that this wasn't working. So we contacted his mom, who immediately, without even second thought, went, tell your grandma you're moving back in. And I went, oh. And then I was like, okay, let's talk about what you're taking with you. In which case he went, I have room for a tote and a backpack. Cool. So we have a storage spot here in the closet that is things that are important to Paco. We're not like cutting him out of our lives. We're not, none of that. He'll still come over on weekends. He'll still do like Skaldheim household things when we do them. But I can't live with him right now. So, and that's been really hard on me this week. Especially watching him try to pack up his stuff and decide like what he wanted to take with him, because anything super important other than his phone, probably not going to keep. So he sold his Switch to Joe, and he's going to have one gaming console that he is able to play games with his friends on, and then his phone, and that's it. That's all he took with him. That and clothes for school. And that makes me really mad. I feel like Paco and I had a long conversation about whether or not we were giving up on him and how he was still part of our lives. I just couldn't do this right now until he pulled his shit together and I could figure out how to make this household work without screaming at him all the time. But I'm not walking away, and he knows that. But I feel like I literally just dropped him off at this place that was kind of a halfway house, and they're barely going to pay attention to him there. And I hate that. But I'm still paying for his phone. I'm still contacting him. I'm still, yeah. So All that being said, I made sure he knows I'm still mom, and if he needs mom, he should call mom. Yeah, it's been an emotional week. I almost had to fire my HR manager, which I don't actually have the power to fire, but oh my God. I mean, that's not true. I wasn't going to fire her. I just got really mad. Things happened, and I'm not going to discuss any of it. I had a really bad day at work, and then I had a fight with Paco, and then I had another really bad day at work. And then it was supposed to be Saturday, which was my day off, and things happened at work that I had to be involved in. And I was like, it's my day off, people. And it got hard. And then today, I didn't really get to have today off either because I'm dealing with taking Paco where he needed to go and doing a whole bunch of other things. So now I'm doing my self-care. This is my self-care. This is weirdly very therapeutic for me. Even if it's just sitting here and talking into the computer and nobody actually answers me. It's still very, very therapeutic. Thank you, Gail. It was an unhealthy situation for him too. He just was here and passive aggressive and angry the whole time and super guilty. He felt very, very guilty about being here and getting to have nice things while his siblings were not. And his dad didn't help that. His dad, who lives in Mexico, kept going, well, you're supposed to be the man of the house and watching out for your sisters. And how are you doing that if you're not living with them? And it wasn't helping. And his mom would go, hey, look at all the cool stuff my boyfriends are buying me. And no, you don't get any of it. What? Psh. But, when we were like, hey, we're out of milk. Can we, steal $3 with your food stamps to get a gallon of milk so Paco can have cereal? And no, I just spent them all. Sorry about your luck. Cool. And so it wasn't healthy for either one of us. And that makes it harder because he's my kid. And sometimes you just have to do that, You have to make your kids realize that you're not going to be here forever and you're not going to tolerate them not holding up their end of your life or their life. And they need to figure out how to exist and be an adult. And that sucks at 14, but I mean, some of the rest of us did it, right? So yeah. It's Paco's a good kid. He tries really hard to be, but I feel like his genetics and most of his life are just working against him. And I could not have the mental capacity and emotional capacity and the physical capacity to be the help I wanted to be. He did not, I don't think he had the mental capacity to accept the help at that time. I mean, he saw it. I know he acknowledges the help we tried to give him. I just don't think he had the ability to process it and deal with it at this time. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, so my self-care is to come home and blather on at you guys for a while. And after this, I'm going to play some League of Legends and kill some stuff. And I'm going to eat some more meat and cheese and crackers. And I'm going to shower and I'm going to go to work tomorrow and I'm going to rock interviews like there's no, yeah. Yeah, that's the other thing I have to do tonight. Well, I should do tomorrow morning. I shouldn't do it tonight because it's technically work. I'm going to do this tonight though. This I'm very excited about. This is there it is. There we go. Miracle Clay Facial Hydrating Bamboo Sheet Mask. I've never done a mask before. The reason I'm doing this one first is the other mask I have is the sample mask. And I need to sit and talk to Gail about it. I need Gail to PM me and tell me exactly what to do with it. And if I do it at night or if I do it in the morning. Do I do it? Because I know it's you put it on for 10 minutes and then you wipe it off. And it's like a cleanser and it cleans pores and pulls stuff out and brightens your skin and cool stuff. Speaking of cool stuff, I got my beauty oil today. Gail. Yeah. And I got lip liner and my lash serum. So I will probably tomorrow morning at about 8:30, I will probably do a video about the lash serum. So yeah, that's the thing. And then I have this, which is also a lash serum, but this is like an overnight homemade herbal remedy, which I love herbal stuff. And this is, if I can see it without my glasses on, apply along lash line before bedtime. It has castor seed, oil, jojoba, and lavenders. And so the idea is that it feeds the lashes and the follicles for your eyelashes when you sleep. So, yeah. Yay! So I'm thinking about using this tonight. And I'm thinking about using this tonight. And then before bed, I'm supposed to use this. This came in with the bamboo sheet and the lash serum, and this is not unique. Specifically, this is not unique. This is a night cream that is supposed to hydrate your skin, and it's specifically to be worn while you're sleeping. But I don't know. And I have this, which is a perfecting mask, which also doesn't have rules on it. But I know the masks are super cleansing and are supposed to really refresh the skin and make you feel better. I made the mistake of wearing makeup that was not unique, and I broke out. So I'm kind of hoping that goes away soon. So, there you go. That's my self-care. Babbling, music, writing, creativity, tarot, talking to you guys.
Yep.
Any questions before I head out?
Mind if I play around?
I know you guys have night cream. This was sent to me by a client. It's like a welcome package from my work. So, kind of, it's a whole thing. Yeah. So I got it and I was like, oh, I should use this stuff. And yes, Unique has a night cream, but they're out of stock right now. I don't know if you're aware. It's a problem. And also this stuff is free, and Unique is expensive right now when I'm not, haven't got my first paycheck yet. So, no questions, just declarations of I miss you and ghost hugs. Oh, I miss you too, honey. So much.
Okay.
So much. So today was self-care. What do you guys want to hear next? I don't know what I should be. Do you want to come in? Come this way and say hi.
To do that.
No, come this way and say hi.
Oh my god. Why though?
Why? Because you just dealt over the thing.
That was all I
just
wanted
lean over. Now say hi.
No. Oh, fun.
Will I be starting any other online games
Squirt
soon?
bottle say kitten trainer?
It's my kitten trainer.
I hate that.
It's a water bottle. Hey,
Oh my god, shut up.
Did I not say that quiet enough?
I don't care. You don't say it. Will I be starting any other online games soon? So,
You should
yes?
start playing
Question
Fortnite.
mark. She means role-playing
You
games.
should start playing Fortnite as you know.
There is a
but it's
theory
D&D.
that I am starting 1, maybe 2 White Wolf games.
He destroyed.
But
I want to play D&D and stream it.
you do that. But it will be limited, not right now. It will be like weekday 7 to 10 p.m. And then I want to keep them pretty small. So yeah, and it will be werewolf, specifically werewolf. And I'm having trouble getting people to want to play werewolf. One of mine has like 4. And that will be Tara and Tim and maybe Jay and Rayleigh.
Lucy
And
Brown was in
that's
fall.
what I got right there. And I'm thinking about the other one
I just missed that.
would be, I don't know, people who won't fit in that one. If I can get the other two I want into that one, it'll be, I'm capping either one of them at 6. So, but Vonna, if you're interested, let me know. I really, really, really would like to try the Shard game, the Apocalypse
I
game
had down
online, but I don't know if Amy's going to be able to figure that out.
Yeah, I know, but if I had downbeat, I would have stayed
Yeah.
in the air for longer.
White Wolf,
Rock through Super Army.
what I'm talking about is strictly a werewolf pack. Like you start as mortals,
And I hit B and
you'll
A,
figure out how to play a
and
13, 14-year-old,
I hit down
then you become a werewolf pack. Go through actual like campaigns that are written in White Wolf books for me that I don't have to come up with. I don't know if you can read the chat, Vonna, but Gail says hi. So yeah, that's where I'm at. That's kind of what I'm kicking around. Because I have all of the Chicago by night, New York by night, all of those. And I thought I'd run them. Anyway, so that's my theory. And I think I'm going to go and eat some meats and cheeses and kill some things on video games and then sleep. Well, shower and then sleep. All right, so I love you all. Like, subscribe, hit the button, ring the bell, tell your friends, spread the message, private message me ideas that you want me to talk about. Yeah, boost the signal because you can't stop the signal, Mal. All right, I love you guys, and I'll talk to you later. If it decides to end, it said no. There it goes.